with the glass dome in it had 4 different passages that can link to it. Like there's the wider circle road all the way, or hall all the way, right around the edge. And this is in the middle of that. Those 4 passages, there was torchlights, everything, and then they all kind of winked out, like they didn't snuff out.
Okay.
It was just like all of a sudden those halls now no longer went. The arches that go into the halls, that's gone, and now you can see this kind of bleak, cold, like wasteland beyond it all now, suggesting that the room that you're in that got moved.
Oh, okay. Yikes.
And there's this kind of mist, like low to the floor, it's like seeping in. So what are you doing?
I could see his shadow at least, somewhat, a little.
Oh, you have dark vision. So you can. He's on the other side of the pit.
Okay.
You can see. You think you can see
Something.
a slightly darker, tendrily shape amidst the other shadows. Because the only light in here is
Corzel's hammer.
It's not as good as a torch, right?
Well, the lights in here weren't shedding much light anyway.
Yeah.
You can tell they're not doing as good as they should be. So,
I mean, I think we're ready to mark him as soon as we know he is Hamal's where he is. Hamal's gonna cast Wall of Flame.
So what I was gonna do, I remember last time I was just gonna let you guys declare your actions first, just to kind of get things, keep things. I didn't want to roll initiative. So who's doing what?
I totally forgot.
I'm gonna touch Corsael and sustain telepathy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure she's right beside her anyway.
Sustaining my dark vision. Let me make sure I got that all.
Yeah, I assume you have dark vision on all the time.
Yeah, but I still have to sustain it with 4. So usually I'll be like, I'll already have 4 marks.
Corzel's not like, she's not jumping to the punch, right? She's not like going at it, right? She's kind of waiting to see what happens, but at the same time.
So you want to. So are you and Hamal going to ready actions to do to blast Bozal like when he?
That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. She's basically ready. She's like ready to. That's what it was. I said at the end of last session. She's ready to use Mind Lance basically, right? At the what do you call it? The orb or whatever. What was it?
The Necrotar.
Necrotar. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Blow us all to shit, Corzel. Do it.
Now, is my dark vision a full action to do all that, or my telepathy?
I'm not trying to say it should be a swift action.
It really should, because all I'm doing is.
Well, I mean, it could be more involved in that, but I think swift action's fine for that. It's not like a super.
Because I was gonna start sneaking over to see if it's actually him.
Okay. Yeah. There's nothing for you to hide behind.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Probably see in the dark. Like you can.
Okay, fine. Then can I shoot an arrow over to the shadow?
Yeah. You can shoot an arrow at it.
Okay, that's definitely a hit. That's 22, and I get 2 attacks, right? Okay, 20 and 22. I got 5 damage, 3 armor piercing the first time.
He is undead.
Ooh! And give me a D. Oh, I have a D6. Got it. Actually, do I have rank 2 in it? D6. Give me the D6.
Okay, we'll have it twice then.
This was the one. So I got 9 damage, 3 armor piercing, and then that's much better. 14 plus 18 damage, 3 armor piercing.
Okay.
I hope you felt that.
So you see all the bones in the shaft. They start like rattling and trembling, and then they all so that it's all suspended like this big ghastly cloud over the pit.
Mm-hmm.
This huge like orc cloud of bones and bone fragments and skull pieces. Shadow like move just a little bit, and then they all spray out, zipping by you, hitting everyone. Actually, it's like a big hailstorm of grizzly hailstorm of bones.
I still don't know what duties vitality is.
Everyone, give me a saving throw, reflex save.
Reflex.
Oh boy.
Pretty sure that's the one I have nothing in.
I am 100% sure that's not the one I have negative in reflex.
Yeah.
My owlbear's plus.
I thought you had an abjurer.
Yes, but that affects my AC.
I rolled a 2.
Yeah, I can use intelligence to determine my AC instead of dexterity, not my reflex save.
That was 24.
Okay, so everyone that failed.
What about my owlbear? The last thing it says is reflex plus 1.
Yeah, it's probably plus 1.
Okay.
It's not fast, it's tough. Okay,
14.
so I guess Sumi and Albert. Okay, so everyone that failed, you take 23 damage, piercing damage, armor piercing 1.
What was the fail again? What was the fail level?
23.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Everyone that succeeded, you only take 11 piercing damage.
So
No, I'm sorry. What did we have to roll to not fail?
What's the DC?
The DC is 16.
Oh,
Son of a bitch! Okay.
What did you roll? 15?
I rolled a 15 minus 1, so 14, but
I rolled a straight up 2. So.
23 damage. How many armor piercing?
Oh, just armor piercing 1.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing I have no armor.
no.
Your intelligence determines your armor.
AC.
Oh, that is armor. Oh, right. Never mind. I forgot.
Yeah. It's okay. It's a good thing I'm dual handing this here because I might have to use my lightning zap here in a minute. All right, 23 damage. Okay, 22. Oh, I'm down to 11 wounds. All right.
That was almost all of her vitality.
Good God.
Not her wounds, but her vitality.
23. It should be
There are no bones.
20 wounds. Okay.
Wait, there's no bones in there anymore.
Well, except for the little like spindly, kind of tenderly little structures that are kind of floating around the necrotar. Floating around it.
I'm down to 21 wounds. I got that right this time, I think. Oh, it's 11.
Did we roll AC? Or not AC? Initiative?
It's now your guys' turn again. You all
He
three
just
do.
is having us do a preemptive kind of thing, and now we're always at first, basically.
So you guys had your actions held. If you wanted to try to shoot Bozal, you do see where Sumia's arrows go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm ready then. I'm gonna wall of fire the shit out of that area. And hope he can't fly. So basically, in an area around him, but leaving him open to us, I'm gonna just bathe the entire that side of the room in flames.
But like, are you trying to actually put him in the wall, or just kind of surround him in the wall?
Surround him in the wall. Yeah, well, if he wants to run away, if he wants to run away from us in any direction, he has to go through the wall. Otherwise, he has to come straight towards us.
He wants to surround him, plus dump the wall on top of him at the same time. He wants to coil it around him, basically.
Except for leaving it open on this side.
Yeah. Okay. I think I know what you're saying now. I think I got a good idea. Like basically, look his square, and then the three behind him, one on each side. So basically, the only open spots to
move.
but also, like, I'm assuming you're also layering it multiple times in this little semicircle around him. That way, he's going to go through a bunch of firewall.
That is correct.
He can't walk towards you.
That is correct. Okay, 2d4 plus 2 drain. Okay, 5, 7 drain. All right. I'm going to hope that this wall of flame springing up into existence behind him will illuminate him.
It does. All this like wall whooshes up, and he looks like this kind of inky, kind of insubstantial like smear. Like he doesn't really have much of a shape, but you can definitely tell that that's where he is.
Okay.
And that actually will make a. If you were going to make a range attack, I was going to give it a penalty, but now that you did that instead, Corzel, if you want to pew him, you can pew him at no penalty because he's now
probably going to be very much vulnerable to her.
Okay. So is he visible to her now?
Yes, he is. I mean, again, he's an indistinct like black smear floating, but you know that's him, and you can shoot that very.
Okay, so yeah. Okay. Now that she can see him, she'll prioritize him over the Necrotar. The only reason she was targeting the Necrotar is because that's literally the only thing she could target.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, does your wall of fire do damage to things that are right next to it, or does that only at the start of their turns?
Start of their turn, as far as I'm aware.
Okay. Just let me know when I need to make my saving throw to not burn as much.
I believe start of turn. It just says 3d6 plus int per space moved through on my end, or turn started in, I guess.
So is it Corzel's turn then? I guess is that how?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say you're ready to action triggers.
Okay. That's what.
That was your.
Then how do ready actions? Or yeah, never mind. So never mind. I was thinking of something else, but yeah. She missed.
Well, it's now that top of the round. You three get to go again.
Okay. Do you want us to roll initiative?
You guys, you three go, then Bozel goes, then you three go, and Bozel goes.
Okay.
Oh, Graz, go eat his ass.
Graz isn't there, actually.
Oh, that's great.
You don't know.
He didn't come with us to the Pathways of the Dead, which sucks.
That's why I forgot I'm out there. I think I'll have him stick back.
Well, Bozel's surrounded by fire. Albert, get him! Albert's just like, no. No.
When Sumia, when you touched Corzel, did you I guess she understood what you were doing, but did you share something immediately, or just doing that preemptively?
No, if I need it. I figured.
Okay.
You probably, if something happens to where you can't see or you don't know what's coming.
Fair enough.
We warn you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just wondering if there was something you wanted to tell her. Okay.
I'm gonna sneak just with those on that, being able to let you know. But then he's like, "Well, you probably can see in the dark." So I was like, "Well, that's true." So I better not do it. It's still there. Right. It's still precaution.
Yep.
It's like Sumia's
I know.
MVP of the combat.
25. So that's 11, 12. That is 16 damage, 3 armor piercing. 2 attacks. Yeah. That is 19 damage, 3 armor piercing.
So your arrows are not really. They're kind of sticking in it. They're kind of drifting out. Like they're not hitting like a normal person. He's probably a ghost or shadow thing. So your arrows only about half as effective.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they incorporeal? That's upsetting. Corzel, you want to go?
Something I should have told before is that because you are an undead hunter, you would know that silver will hurt them normally. I didn't think about it.
Go ahead, Corzo.
Can I still recording to my arrows?
No. Do your turn first. I want to see if I can just mind take him the next turn, or after you do what you do.
Oh, I was just going to ask. Her spiritual weapon wouldn't be damaged by the flame wall, would it? No, right?
No.
Wouldn't think so, but
he is the spot of shadow within the flames.
Then I think Corzale will summon. She'll summon her spiritual weapon, and she'll also cast. What's it called? Bless weapon on her own weapon.
Oh man.
Well, Radiant will probably mess them up.
The +1 damage and attack is mostly what she wants, but yeah. But yeah, I think that's her turn.
All right. And Hamal will recognize that Graz has done his job well, and hope that this will work and not end up with him having no minions. But he's going to attempt to rebuke or command or dominate or what have you, Bozal.
Okay. What's the saving throw DC that?
My saving throw DCs and my spells are... where the fuck is it? I'm pretty sure it's something like 19, but why did I not... What the fuck? Did I just not carry that part over? Hold on, I gotta pull up my other sheet.
Would magic hit it better?
If the magic weapon is specifically suited for it.
DCs for spells, +1 for me. Yeah, it's 10 plus 5 plus 3 from focus, plus 1 from my Eagle Wand.
I didn't know if you're using a force blast or not, but that would do full damage.
Well, that's what it says in the thing.
Oh, I am just on drugs. It's 19.
You try to do that. You don't get the same connection you got with Graz, so he's not dominated or commanded, but he is still dazed because his mind is still of it, or like basically mentally stunned him for a little bit. So even though he's not dominated, he still did something.
Okay, so he's of a higher level. Gotcha.
Well, I rolled a 20 on the saving throw.
Oh,
modified 20.
Damn it. Actually, that calculation is...
Oh, then I will go with my arrows.
You hear him start to mutter something, and then all the bones on the floor begin to rattle.
You mean the ones at our feet?
All the ones at your feet begin to rattle, and then all of a sudden, these spurs shoot out of all the... Like, they don't shoot out of the bones, but they just grow these long, like 3-inch spikes.
Okay.
Just extend all across the entire...
Oh, like they're trying to hit us.
Like, well, like, just imagine, like, the bones and, like, these long spikes. These thorns grow out of them. Everyone make another reflex save.
What about the fly I have on my arm?
DC still 16.
Can I just like
Is he what?
reflex of flying? Or do they go up and out and down?
No, they all just stick out, and they remain where they are.
There? Well, I was going to say, then can I make a reflex to fly? Like
if you
jump
make
and
your
fly?
reflex save, then we can say that maybe you flew into the air. But let's see if Sumia is fast enough this time.
Well, my reflex is now +6.
What'd you get? Did you fail?
No, 22.
Oh, come on.
Sorry, what about my elder?
Same deal.
Oh, that's right.
Corzo got 17.
Hamal got 18.
Oh. Everyone, you take 10 piercing damage, armor piercing 1. And also, moving across the field is difficult terrain. Like, you're not going to get... The spikes are too long where you're not going to, like, unless, like, you trip and fall. But you got to, shuffle through them. So you're not going to take damage going through it, but you're basically slowed while you're walking through it. Except for Simia, she's flying now. Of course, all you guys can fly, so whatever. Whatever.
Good for my owlbear.
What'd your owlbear get?
12.
Oh, then he takes 22 damage.
I told you.
He takes fat deep.
Owlbear, go attack him to the field of spiky bones and fire. Oh, actually, so he's still in the wall of fire. He's not moving. He couldn't move. I was on the mover attack because he's dazed. So I'm going to make a saving throw. I'm going to fail my saving throw. So, Kamal, roll me some wall of fire damage.
Oh boy. Okay. That is 3. Hold on, let me verify. Okay, 3d6 plus int, so...
You can see like the little, like the inky amorphous smear starting to like thin out, like he's being gradually worn down.
19 damage?
Oh.
3, 5, 6, 14, 19. Yeah.
That would be his turn. So, back to the top. Sumi, what are you gonna do?
What do you think I'm gonna
do? Oh, you're gonna shoot arrows.
13?
No.
Okay, let's do the second one.
Is he considered undead?
Yes, he is definitely.
Oh yeah,
undead.
I've been doing all that. Don't worry.
Okay, I just want to make sure. for your benefit.
13, 15, 19, 3 armor piercing.
Okay. Well, his problem is that he's not doesn't have armor. He just takes half damage.
Oh really? Oh, to physical attacks?
Yes, unless it's force or
See,
silver.
I don't think I'm gonna get any better with my evoker. It's 3d6 plus 1.
That is a lot of damage.
You think so? Can I retcon it and try my evoker then?
He makes a stand throw though. I think it was, yeah, probably felt that. So go ahead and roll 3d6 plus 1 and.
I'll just do 2 and then I'll 7, 8 damage. See what I mean?
Oh.
It's
Actually, that
about the
was
same.
that did the exact same thing.
Yeah, oh well. Okay. Next.
Go ahead, Corzel.
Yeah. So is like the chamber like filling up with these thorns?
No, it's just so where the circle is to the right of imagine a circular pit. On the right side is Bozal surrounded by fire, and then on the left side part of the room is a carpet of bones, and they've all grown like 3-inch spikes like everywhere. Like it's a big thorny bone field right now.
Gotcha.
And that's what hit you. So you can actually run around the pit and get away from it, but you're at half speed. It'll basically take all of your movement.
Yeah. What kind of action is it to initiate her fly blessing?
Swift.
Okay. I mean that makes sense to me. She just intones and calls upon it, right? And calls upon the boon. Effectively, yeah. That's effectively how it works.
Yeah. Yeah, spend a favor point and you get fly, and so then you can just ignore that for now.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, you'll see just like basically she'll intone a prayer to the Wind Lord, and basically, yeah, she'll just start to like float up basically, and then all of a sudden she just kind of zips like right at Bozal,
Right
along
over
with
the pit.
her weapon, her spiritual weapon.
Okay, then give me attack rolls as you have.
Oh, I forgot to make an attack roll. That's fine. I mean, with the hammer last turn, but yeah. I'll attack with the hammer first. The spiritual weapon first. Let's see. 20, not a natural 20, but just a 20. Then there's a natural 20 for her first attack, and then a 16.
Okay, all three of that hits.
Okay.
So just Just a lump, all the damage up into one big pile. And then
does he have armor or damage reduction?
Nope.
Nope.
He
Okay.
just has things.
Then I'll add it all up then. Let's see.
Fuck him up.
6. No, that should be more than that. 6, 9, and then 2d6 plus 5. I think I just want to double check something. Nope, it's plus 6, not plus 5. Another 9 and 14. 9 plus 9 plus 14.
18, 32.
32. And that's all radiant damage.
Okay, so I gotta
Calculate his death.
death is close.
Three separate attacks that are radiant.
I racked it all up, and that was a ridiculous. Basically, it was like everything that Sumi has done to it in one action. But imagine if he had silver arrows. Oh, full damage.
Corzel is a freaking cleric. She's fighting an undead creature. I should hope that she.
Start melting the silver coins over zero tips.
You know now.
Well,
He's basically dwindled down to like this, like half its size now.
Oh really? Oh, he's kind of like he's like shrinking.
Yes, it's great that you are hurting him.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to. I'm not going to be silly and assume that he's going to die next turn. I'm going to attempt to charm and or rebuke and or dominate him one more time.
We're not going to be Fly Squad.
I mean, Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna activate my Eagle one too.
Like I say, we're flying. Maul's gonna be the only one.
Well, he's gonna need to fly to get down to the Necrotar and defuse it anyways.
Sure.
Did it make it save?
Yeah, he did again, which means
Son of a bitch.
I think that's so fast.
He's not dead yet.
No, he's not dead yet, but he's not gonna last.
Hey, let's make a proposition to him.
Nah, I feel like Corzel's gonna murk him no matter what we do.
Well, it's funny because like Corzel is a cleric, and Sumia quite explicitly is a ranger with undead hunter. Like it's like
So in the wisp, it kind of coalesces into a distinct horned skull shape, the same kind of horns that Bozal had, but he's just kind of like this blackened skull now.
Maybe he'll proposition us.
And
I guess shriveling would be a better description than shrinking, right?
Well, and we'll see if he makes his save against the fire damage, anyways.
He is going to bite Corzel.
Yeah, Corzel's kind of like floating above him, basically.
Yeah, he's going to zip towards you. Well, I guess he's going to bite your foot. And it passes right through your... you rolled an 18, by the way. But it's basically, passes right through your clothing, like, it's not even there. And you can feel him biting into your foot.
Does it ignore armor then, or?
9 necrotic damage. Oh, no, actually, that's 13 necrotic damage. Because of his boost thing. And you can see that as he bites into you, you feel like he's kind of draining your soul away. And you can see a spinal column and some ribs start to grow. Start dangling from the skull. Now it is Sumia's turn.
I do believe it ignores armor, yes. Did he take his fire damage, David?
Oh, let me... I rolled a nat 5 again, so yeah, give me your fire damage.
$18.
So the
Success.
double check again. So 13 necrotic damage, ignoring armor.
Ignores armor, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to go ahead and use my...
Okay.
Because I ain't...
Or damage reduction, rather.
Wait, let me do my drain. Yeah.
1.
Yeah. For 15 damage.
Ooh, that kills him.
Yes! Sumia wins the day.
Yeah, so he's just like a dog, like dangling from Corzel's foot, and
Gotta
then
kick him
you just like, pew, and it flies right through his skull, and he explodes into little motes of shadow. Most of it's consumed by the fire, but some of it does. Little flakes of it land on the ground, on the edge of the pit.
Yay! We're not rip yet.
And then the 4 ways out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
They again darken and then slowly light back up, and you can see that they seem to be returned back to the same passages as they were before.
Okay, I'm gonna dispel the wall of flame.
Okay.
For obvious reasons. And put a hand up and say, "Hey, Corzel, could we get some healing at all, please?"
Corzel is like, you can tell, like, even though she got bit by this thing, she's fine.
Yeah.
Relatively speaking.
Yeah, Hamal's not. He is covered in nicks and scratches and severe wounds.
Yep. It's just kind of still kind of holding her hammer aloft, like still kind of gripping it a little tightly, a little tensely. She'll just kind of like, just like float over to him, zip over to him, and lay her. She'll lay her like boot on your shoulder.
Thanks, Corzel. Appreciate that.
So glance down at your little bone talismans. It looks like, even though only a couple minutes seem to pass, half an hour worth of bone has crumbled off of your talismans.
Yikes.
Great.
How much longer does...
About an hour and a half. You got some time, but...
Healing... I can't remember now. Healing domain, is it D8 or D6?
It's D8. It's D8 baseline.
Okay.
But we thought of some way to change it and to make it better.
Yes, you can spend more to basically increase the die. I'm going to do that.
Please, thank you.
I'm going to spend 2 to do 3 D8 plus wisdom.
Okay.
That's what I need to get. I need to get like a magical, like a +1 or higher. What do you call it?
Holy symbol.
Holy symbol. So she can do her clerical abilities at +1.
Well, you get a +1 flat every 5 levels on the cleric anyway. I thought it was that in there.
For what?
For hold on, let me.
For wisdom, I thought wisdom saves or something. Yeah.
It should have also been for attack rolls for cleric stuff.
Oh man.
I've never been doing that.
Oh man.
First roll, choose 2 talents. Blah, 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 blah.
You've been missing out on a +3 this whole time. Oh man. Oh geez. Because I know wizards have something like that.
I rolled pretty well, 23.
I really thought I put that on the cleric. I guess I didn't put that on the cleric.
No, I've never noticed anything like that.
Okay.
It should have been. That's pretty good.
What do you got?
How much was it again?
23 total.
23. Okay, so 34. I'm at 1 vitality, max wounds. So thank you.
Cool.
So how the cleric should be working is that it should have the same thing as the wizard does. Your 7th or DCs are increased by 1 for every 5 cleric levels, as long as you have a holy symbol, and any attacks you do with not with weapon attacks, but like with anything magic based, your spiritual weapon would classify with this.
Does her healing increase as well, like from her wisdom, with that modifier?
I think it should. I think it should.
Because she gets her wisdom to the healing, right, as well. So I'm just wondering if that also increases. Okay.
That's always on there. But yeah, I guess no one pointed this out, which is really weird.
Maybe no one's really played a cleric yet.
Yeah, I mean, I have, but I just didn't.
Well, yeah, you have, but I mean, it was kind of like, I was just telling you all this, it was more of like, we're kind of just doing things a certain way based on what.
I still need the wounds vitality from my owlbear.
Well, remember when we're done with this, and then I'll do it.
It's every 5 levels as a cleric.
It's +1 at level 1, and then +1 for every 5 levels after that. So you'd have +3 to all these things right now.
I see. Okay. Well, she's not a level 11 cleric, so.
Oh, okay. So +2 then.
Yeah. Right, because she's got a bit of multi-classing going on. All right, cool. Thank you, David. I remember that. Add 2 more healing, I guess. To that.
Well, sorry, I forgot about that. I guess I thought that was in the book. I seriously thought it was. That's kind of a big omission that no one else noticed.
I didn't even know it was a thing. That was it, right?
And when I do the level 1 to 20 book, to clarify that. No one else has brought it up yet, so.
+1 holy symbol would still be good, though. She could probably buy that. She could probably find a Church of Bel Amaranth to help do that.
Yeah, and at this massive healing, Hamal takes a deep breath and says, "Thank you, Corzel. Now, I'm going to assume that you're going to want us to defuse the Necrotar."
What is your intention, Hamal?
Well, we're going to need to do something with it.
Well,
Diffusing it.
I would hope so.
Can't you save just a little bit in a vial just to, see its effects and maybe better understand how to keep it at bay?
Well, the hope would be is to take the energy in there and channel it to, I don't know, maybe a spell circuit or something. Make it to a constructive end, because it's all not pure energy at this point, but it's no longer reasonable souls. Otherwise, it'd be immediately up to us to diffuse it. But now that it's just energy, I mean, it's a rather large waste to just make it
doesn't
go
make
away.
it any better, Hamal. You know that.
I know. I'm just saying, if we can get the local Arcanist College to set up a spell circuit and put it up in there, that would be an incredible boon in the war against Caius.
You would think not for a moment that they would not abuse it?
Not really. I mean,
we wouldn't abuse it.
This
is true. I mean, we could just set up a spell circuit ourselves.
Yeah, she just says. Just straight up accuses her, yeah, you would.
Wait, what?
She was like, yeah, you would abuse it.
But
me?
If we were to consider setting up perhaps magic rings that could tap into this energy that we could make use of.
Rings?
Rings. I mean, usually it's rings. Rings are real big magic enhancement tools, and they're all the rage, depending on who you ask.
She's a little confused and just kind of flashes her knuckles. She's got a few rings on. They're just decorative.
Right.
Is that
so imagine?
Is that what he's talking about? She's not sure, right? She's not sure if you're talking about something magic, inherently magical, or just rings.
If I could make one of those able to tap into that power.
She just kind of looks scant at him. What sort of power would that be?
I don't know. It'd depend on the type of ring. Well, I mean,
how would that
imagine if we'd have an incredible amount of power at our disposal to increase our ability to do whatever, depending on the ring and whoever we tapped for assistance with creating them.
That's how it works. just a power source. It doesn't influence.
There's no souls left in it. It's
And-
not inherently anything.
Can Corazon do like a religion check on the Necrotar just to like observe its power and like its aura?
To what end?
It's like how evil is this thing? Is she feeling evil shit coming out of it? Like what's she feeling, right? Like is she feeling Orcus straight up? Like
I mean, it's. I would say you're not feeling any evil at all because it's not like a thing that This isn't like a thing that Orcus just cooked up himself and requires devotion to him for it to work. Basically, Hamal could pull something like this off if he had thousands of people to kill and mash into a.
But now that it's already done, it's here.
Yeah, it's not really. I mean, okay, it's as far as innocent people were used to make it, but it is.
Yes.
But like, it's not like radiating evil, but it was made through evil. The person who made it was evil in the sense, like a person that like got rich by murdering people and robbing them.
Yep.
But the money itself.
The money itself isn't evil, but the act of its acquisition, that separate thing from the money, was evil.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see, like, if Corzale feels this thing is super evil, she's not gonna let him use it.
Right.
It's more of it's dangerous. It's like having a nuclear reactor. You don't do something right, you got a meltdown going on.
Right. It's dangerous, but usable.
Yeah, I understand. Like I'm
Yeah.
just saying, I'm just asking if there is any evil that's important, all right, to Corzale.
So act of its construction, yes. It's as an object, no.
Okay.
Hamal would know that it's not going to get any bigger as long as people don't keep dying too close to it. Otherwise, it is kind of a big city safety hazard as well.
Right. So if we set up we go out there and we tell the priest, okay, just set up, it's not going to spread any bigger. We can get the crafting of these rings down to business.
Rings of power.
Oh, yes. I mean,
Great Lord.
necklaces of power doesn't really have quite the same ring to it.
No, it doesn't.
The same ring to it.
But I mean, it's not quite favor, but tapping into it might help literally anything we could do.
Oh no, she would not tap into it directly ever.
We should come back out of the arena.
So specifically, the application of this thing as a power source is only useful in terms of, and this is just if you guys as players want to bring something to do with it, whatever type of magic effects that you would get from sacrificing people using their souls as power.
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of divine shit you can get from that. That's not the point though.
But I mean,
I would say most magic.
Using it to make candy, no. Using it to make gold or whatever, no. But like summon ghosts,
Right.
opening portals through the land of the dead to travel through very fast and whatnot. Those types of things. If you want to do like item that makes fire, it would also be like fire. So it'd be like fire plus necrotic. Like you.
I mean, still useful.
I mean, I'm just trying to give you guys some kind of soft limitations on it. If you can cook up some way to get around that, or some kind of thing you can do with it, I'm not going to stop you. I'm just trying to make sure you're kind of aware of
what can you do?
of it. I'm not going to spell it all out. I'm not going to, if you guys can rationalize it, give it a shot.
Sure.
Didn't expect you guys to stand in a soul reactor type thing, but I'll deal. I really thought Corzell was going to throw her spirit hammer at it. Or Sue was going to dump like a barrel of holy water on it.
I mean, she still might.
I only got 3 vials, yo.
Yeah,
But and that's all I'm saying is that if we can make use of this to perhaps make our war a little bit easier, might be worth it.
This to me is just like one of those like let's see what kind of monkey wrench the players craft. So I'm a little excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, as long as Corzell's cool with it. I mean, Hamal can begin working on the arcane matrix.
Now,
I will be right back. 1 second.
Sure. Okay.
So we should walk out of the arena. Maybe there's some smoke or something. Who knows? Or black stuff, and we walk out of the arena just like Ghostbusters did, coming back from.
Well, if you blew it up, it might have left some kind of.
Or at least you know what I mean. Coming out like we got it. Don't you guys worry about it.
And then everyone starts making merchandise.
Cheering, and then an 80s music starts playing.
Yeah, like depending on what it can offer her, right? The power in general. Now that it's just power, like she's fine with it insofar as it helps her to achieve her goals.
Back, so it's nothing you can't.
Yeah, it's like that Fullmetal Alchemist thing, you know, like you cry for a tree that's already been turned to firewood or something like that. Like you can't turn firewood back into a tree.
Basically. But if she felt like it was weeping, no.
Yeah, I hear ya. If all of them were trapped and being tormented just for power, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am sorry about that. We were discussing dinner plans.
No worries.
All right,
so Small wants to build some kind of matrix thing in here. You're going to definitely make sure that you have proper shielding to withstand it.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know how to safely move it yet. That's going to require some research on this. This is something that you've looked at. None of you have ever conceived of anything like this before.
Oh yes, no, for sure. We'll need to take some time and do some research. But in that meantime, I mean, if I can find a way to perhaps Dyson sphere this thing, that could make the arena a little more usable again, and we could just block off all the entrances.
Shield it. Shielding it would basically the same thing you did make the talisman that you made. I said that you could make one that was smaller, but it would only work for like everyone would have to be like huddled as a permanent thing. So you'd have to make that more expensive and bigger to basically contain the whole thing.
Well, could he get like the wizards? Wizard.
Yeah, they might want to use it for themselves as well.
I'm not saying
right.
To get them to help him make something bigger.
Yeah, but they might only. They're
probably going to want to use it for their own devices as well.
Right. The idea is basically, if we were to look at the Necrotar as a sun, he's planning on putting something around it that'll take away the harmful radiation of it and then direct the energy to a battery, in this case being a ring of power. Quote unquote.
So, yeah, it's the same principle as the talismans you made. You can make something that would basically contain the harmful effects of it to like right around it. Like you would basically contain it to just.
How much is there? Like you said, it's Necrotar. Is it just a ball of something, or is it just a?
It's a big ball of super condensed souls.
Okay, and how big is it?
Like 30 feet diameter, you said?
Yeah, 30 feet diameter.
It's big.
Yeah, I see that.
It's
help you? Bilge.
Bilge could definitely help you with that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Let's get this set up, and we can. I mean, as long as Cordell's cool with it, we could have a massive weapon on our side.
Yeah. She's not cool with it.
Okay, as long as she permits it.
And like she realizes like she's not like the all powerful like matron of like this group. Like, she knows that it's not everything has to go her way, but she'll try to force it.
Right. Well, that's the thing, is that if she's gonna throw a massive fit and it's gonna be a deal breaker, he'll defuse it. But if not, fuck it, let's make use of this thing.
So is Corzale ghoul with it?
Jesus Christ.
Where's Gord?
You don't see him in the store.
Really?
Like, oh, hey, where's Gord?
I figured he might appear again or something, but maybe he doesn't want to get near that.
He did not seem to be adversely affected by it in any capacity.
That's true. Where the hell did he go?
But okay, yeah, is Graz back? Oh, he's okay. He's legit just gone. All right, fair enough.
I won't come back until you call him, right?
Where's Gord?
Well, no, he's Gorg. I don't know why I put Graz. Yeah. No, he's like an actual like being. Okay. He's not a call and go kind of thing.
I just figured that like you could beckon him.
Right. No, I would. Yeah.
When you try to charm those that kind of broke the connection, but
yeah, that's what I expected.
Since I know we're going to do like a 1 hour sessions, to try to condense the whole so what is your immediate plan? Are you going to try to like basically stay in town until you have time to get this all trussed up? Are you going to talk to are you going to go to the Wizards Guild? Are you going to try to keep them out of the loop so you don't have to share?
Yeah, the big master plan here is to make use of the Wizards Guild knowledge as best I can without tipping anybody in person off. Bring Phil John on it. He's proven his loyalty multiple times.
I think right now we want to contain it, right?
Yeah, focus mainly on containing it, and then work on the Ring of Power as the battery to access that power and make our soul-powered magic even better.
Okay, so you doing research and whatnot is with Filge on hand. Mm-hmm. Who else is going to help
with
this?
Olliston,
yeah. I mean, he's going to get like oaths of secrecy out of him, but yeah, let's bring him in.
Corzale's not very arcanely minded, but if her divine magics could help to ward its influence or anything, she'll help for sure, right?
Yeah, I mean, arcane and divine powers working together have proven to be.
Your divine magic will be handy if something goes awry and it's going to explode or something.
Yeah. So we can make the fail safes using, divine magic. That'd be incredibly helpful.
Because the thing with it's radiating so much death radiation that it kills anyone that gets
Yeah, basically, if she can like.
But if it detonates,
contain that aura, yeah.
If it has a meltdown, it's probably going to wipe out the entire city.
Is it going to do
that? Well,
no, it's not guaranteed.
Hamal, you're examining it. Those bony tendril things orbiting around it, the stabilizers. Those things are keeping it from going out of control.
Gotcha. Okay, so more stabilizers. like layers on layers on layers, and then power battery on top of it.
So if you got Filge and Olliston, obviously, Filge and Olliston are like, okay, well, we'll help you do this, but we want to be able to, tap into it for, our personal projects and whatnot as well.
That's fine. I mean, that's cool with me. I'll take.
Pours off to the side and says it's not, but she just shrugs.
I mean,
it's like imagine when you guys are talking, hey guys, this is cool, and then of course,
yeah, she just butts in on the conversation.
We will make use of this thing. I mean, I'm very I'm trusting of you guys, but we should probably get magical contracts somewhere in this.
Well, now you're getting into like infernal contracts.
Well, no, he means like especially like oath binding contracts.
Yeah, like contracts of Nephthys, I think they were called in 3rd edition.
Use this.
Wait. So, like, are these contracts or something that they do something not permitted, something bad actually happens to them, or
can be that?
I believe that's the most common form.
It could also just force you not to do it. Period.
Yeah. The other one is just you cannot do said thing, but I don't know which one. Obviously, you want to have in the world, so to speak.
Yep.
I would say either one.
I'm sure both exist, but it depends. One's probably harder to get than the other.
Yeah.
Well, soul contracting would be like, that would. I guess another case that's really powerful enchanter magic.
This is true. These things have existed before. Let me see if I can track the information down.
What is what's in the party's treasury? Because that's gonna
Well, it depends if we add in our little personal stuff too. But the party's treasury for now is 11,285 silver. We do have some stuff on the side individually.
I was gonna say that setting up a cost 10 grand to prepare it for. You can draw off of it to set it up so it's contained and is ready to have things that can draw on it.
Right.
Because your guys' little talismans were like 800 silver each, and that was for one person for a couple hours. This is a 30-foot diameter.
Oh yeah, Corzo would definitely remind Hamal to like be hasty, or not hasty where this thing's gonna blow up, but like we only have so much time.
No, I completely agree. Yeah, no, he's gonna be working day in and day out.
Well, then sell some stuff to get 10,000.
Well, we don't have. We always sell our stuff, so we don't really have stuff. But we do. This is what So, for a while, we were keeping things separate, and then we ended up just pulling it together.
Mm-hmm.
So we haven't really connected and put together all of our.
Corzo doesn't have much in terms of personal wealth. She's most of what she's gotten, she's pooled it.
Well, I'm going to say after a couple days of researching and development and yada yadas, it's going to be 10,000 and make everything and all the raw supplies and other things that you have to get out of the Wizard's Guild to basically this thing from radiating.
Well, so Corzael has 129 gold, 2 silver. Maul and me, we both have 1 platinum each.
She has 79. She's down to 79 gold.
Well, I think I might have taken that out of the whole kit and caboodle. Because there's mail oh no, that's not it. Battle, no. For 1,000.
Oh, add another 200 gold that Hamal has kept on him that he's never pulled.
That's what I'm saying. We have some stuff that's separated. I just never put it.
Well, if you get 9,800 silver, then you basically drop a.
Whoa, that's a big contract.
You basically drop like a couple gold onto that, or 20 gold pieces. That gets it to the 10,000 that you need, and then you're ready to do it.
Hold on.
I guess the question is, do we want to spend that much money on our contract?
what
Well, I
was that?
thought no. This was for the Necrotar usage, not the contract, right?
Oh, I see. I'm giving it to David here so he can actually read it on the side. You know, we didn't actually go through Rocknean's house also to see what he might have had.
Yeah, we can liquidate his shit.
That might actually help boost us quite a bit, I'm sure. Especially since our necklaces have some time left. Right?
Yeah. Okay, so with the necklace you can actually go into Rocknean's house and right for this shit. So some of it's been looted. Let me roll up.
Brazil's not against that, but she knows fully well we have no legal right to that, even with the circumstances as they are.
Like the
city would own it. The city would own it, not us.
I mean, it's kind of salvage rights given its proximity to the death field.
I'm just saying, Brazil knows law well enough to know that's not true.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, brought it up. You just want to not bring it up, and then when they go back to the lair, you come back here and just rob the place.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's fine. Like I said, Corzel will totally help them fucking beat the place up.
Like, hey,
I'm just saying, she'll kind of like in the back of her mind, she knows fully well that's not true.
It's for the greater good.
Exactly. That's her. I mean, that's her reasoning. As well. Plus, I mean, she's okay with it because it's Rocknean and he's an asshole.
This is true too.
He did try to kill you a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So the 10,000 was for the creation of the Necrotar battery, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That's to get it all
okay.
Good to go. So what Simeon is able to find and safely transport out, and then we'll say the course of the days that you're looking up how to do this stuff, you're looking at how to buy the parts, and you're looking up how to make this thing. And while you're doing that, I'm going to say this is when Simeon will go back and forth in the house.
Fence everything.
For whatever you can get for it, like I'm just going to kind of take 10 of all your streetwise, etc. checks and stuff. I have to go through some of his jewelry, some paintings, some little weird.
She'll help Sumia to move stuff if she wants her help.
There's a couple of gold things in there that are kind of heavy. Well, they're like not like statues, but they're like little trophies that Rocknean have himself, flexing and all. You're gonna get about 9,000 silver.
Nice. Well, that helps a lot.
But this is a lot less than the actual prices, because this is like this is quick selling.
Yes.
No questions asked. No one's gonna get back to you on this.
Rocking is a dwarf, right?
I thought he was a human.
Is he human?
As far as you know.
Okay, so that helps quite a bit.
Did he have any nice like women's clothes? Not for his personal use, obviously.
Yeah. He did have a very good variety, because he probably brought women back a lot. Bought them gifts. Some of them stayed over. That one guy.
Corzo specifically looking for like a nice coat for like the winter, basically.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, that'd be in there. Also, some lacy lingerie and whatnot.
I mean, Corzo doesn't give a shit about that, but yeah.
Okay. So that you can add that to you.
Okay, and also, how much money are we going to need for these magic contracts?
Okay. So that's. Hold on, find the thing. Let's just send me what you're talking about.
Okay, so that was like kind of a third-party thing. The actual contracts of Nethys in 3.5 are in the complete arcane on page 148.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be that either. It can be whatever
it could be anything. I'm just pulling up the one that I know is immediately previously existing.
Let me go through. you said was there a price listed with this? 'Cause I didn't see a price on it.
Not on the third-party one. In 3.5, it had it 1,400 gold pieces.
That'd be 14,000 silver pieces to do one.
Right, but this was 3.5, and their scales are a little different than Frankenfourth says, or Dungeons and Delvers is.
So, okay, so my question is, these contracts that you want to do, how elaborate are they, and what is the penalty for breaking it?
The contracts of Nepthys specifically were, if you break the thing, you're struck blind, deafened, and mute. No saving throw.
Well, I'm saying, what is, so the contracts that you want to do, they're going to be based on the enchanter school, like based on the spell. It's going to be an enchanter-based spell, but I'm asking what Hamal wants these to do. This is going to help me determine the cost overall. So
gotcha. Yeah, basically, just if in order to make use of the power for anything that would be explicitly evil, they'd have to have the agreement of Corzel and Hamal and Sumia.
Okay, so basically, this is if they want to use it for evil, they can if they get permission, and then it's okay. Then nothing bad happens.
Right.
But if they just on your back use for evil, then what happens to them?
I mean, death is always fun, but I mean, we can go with the fact that
death is also expensive.
Death is also expensive. Yes. I mean, I'm fine with
the severity of it is going to increase the cost, and then saving throw, yes or no, that's going to drastically increase the cost.
Yeah.
Right. I'm fine with blind, deaf, and dumb. I think that's pretty fair.
How long does it last?
I mean,
I guess they're just struck blind, deaf, and dumb.
They're struck blind, deaf, and mute. Yeah.
They can maybe get it healed, but
they can. They remove curse or like remove enchantment. I think probably would work.
But otherwise, it's just like you're fucked.
You're blind, deaf, and mute now.
Saving throw allowed?
Can we get a price point on each end?
Okay, so saving throw, yes, I'm going to say is 2,500 silver.
And of course, the saving throw would be based on Hamal because he's the one making the contract.
Right.
He can make the contract, someone else makes it. These are contracts you have to buy from the Mage Guild, or
gotcha.
It's possible Sumia could talk to the Elven High Priest, because elves are known for doing some stuff. Or Fae, I should say. No saving throw would be 4,000.
Oh, that's not nearly as bad as I was expecting. And we only need 2 of them.
So it would be 4,000 each?
Do we need 2 of them, or can we just co-sign?
Oh, that's right. So it's 2,500 per individual contract.
And we only have 8,885 after the necro.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that would use up the majority. I don't know, Cordell, thoughts? Sumia, thoughts?
Well, okay, so...
I mean, I trust Aliston and Phil. If we don't need to worry about them, we don't need to worry about them.
I mean, she doesn't, but she's fine if you trust them.
I mean, yeah, that's... How about we just build in a failsafe that his ring can cut off their ring's access to it?
And that we'll have to deal with those costs later for that. But yeah, you could always do that.
If you're misusing it, I'll just cut you off, and then, I mean, that's fair. We found it. It's our shit, so. Yeah, no, I'm cool with that. We can deal with the cost of that later, and just add in the magic failsafe to cut them off if need be.
Okay. Well, you and Phil Journalist in the business doing that. And assuming you're pawning off stuff, that won't take you as long to do that. So after 2 days, after 5 days, it's going to take 5 days to build the whole thing. Assuming your fencing is going to take a couple days. But what are you and Corzel going to do in the meantime?
Aside from helping out the parts which she needs to help out with.
Yeah, I was gonna say that you probably just.
Well, of course, they'll have to go to that a little bit, but you still have a lot of free time. They won't really need you for much of anything.
I mean, Corzel would go around to the churches for one, and tell them that the death aura has been dealt with.
Well, I wouldn't do that because people might start going.
By the end of the week, the death aura will be dealt with.
Okay. I think I mean I think she'll say it's been dealt with, just that it's not done yet, basically. Right? Like
you could tell them we're researching a solution.
Basically,
so
like
the priest is gonna.
That's basically how she'll say it's under control.
Well, okay, so priest, when you go to, you're like, hey, we figured it out, we're done with it. He's gonna ask, well, what was it?
Very complex, magical.
Yeah. What?
If we corroborated our story,
what does Corzel understand it to be?
Ball of soul energy.
Soul energy, right? Okay. Yeah. I think that she would just kind of say an amassing of evil, of negative energies.
Well, how did you discover this? Everyone we sent in, they died very quickly. How are you able to discover the source of this?
I think she'll grimace a bit and just say, one of my companions is a necromancer. He is very skilled with these sort of
issues,
attributes.
Prior experience and/or expert knowledge.
Really? And have you observed him doing anything nefarious?
Not recently.
Wait, what do you mean by recently?
When I first joined him, I figured he was not yet schooled in the ways of Corzel.
Just say you're redeeming me. Just say you're turning me to the light.
Bel Amaranth, I guess you would say, but yeah. He's become much more disciplined since then.
Well, very, very good of you to do that. This negative energy source. What happened with that?
Is
it safe to go to the arena? Are the arena grounds safe?
Not as of yet, but using Bel Amaranth's magics and his own, talking about Hamal. She just says that we've contained it for now, and it'll shortly be out of the city.
Do you know where it came from?
We are doing research on its origins as we speak. I will fill you in once we know more.
Fire.
So it's still there. You haven't removed it yet.
No.
Not as of yet.
We're working on it.
But you said that
it should be within the next few days.
I would like to send some of our priests down there to observe this, if that's possible.
That's fine with me.
They're gonna die.
Yeah, they're gonna need a whole lot of death wards, and I ain't bankrolling that shit.
Not if it,
And I was gonna
say once you get the whole
done.
Once you get the whole word set up, it won't radiate anything anymore. It'll be all contained. It'll be bottled up in the shaft. So yeah, he'll just come back, return when it's safe, and if it's true that you've cleansed the city of this blight, then you stand to be very handsomely rewarded.
I do it because it is the right thing to do, though I will not turn down any rewards.
Thank you, Corso. Holy shit. Oh, I was worried.
She knows she knows, like I've said this multiple times. She knows she needs magical shit to go fight these evil badasses.
Yeah.
So she's not stupid.
I know, just that brief moment of her saying, "I do this for the good of it," and just you could hear Hamal like crawling up into the fetal position on the other side of the city.
He just sneezes.
It was like
A little bit of blood comes out of his mouth.
Lord, and then you hear like a wail in the distance, and the priest's like, ignore him.
Who? What?
But yeah, she'll just say, "We'll speak with this further. I'll inform the city." What is the city government? It's like? Is it a mayor?
It's you got it's probably like a duke or baron of something he answers to.
I guess, yeah. Okay, so there's some lordship. Okay,
but there are a variety of like merchant guilds that kind of more or less run a lot of the things here. Then you got the wizard, so it's kind of like the king is more like he's not quite a figurehead. He can still throw his weight around, but a lot of it is
talks or something. Or...
it's kind of like he probably takes bribes and stuff, favors from the wizards and the merchants, and kind of like.
But yeah, she'll just say that like she'll ask all the priests that she goes to. She'll ask them if they can get her in contact with the lordship of the city.
I guess I should also the priests also probably have their fingers in the king pie as well.
I would assume so.
They're gonna kind of give you the same general
questions.
Yeah, like well, what was it? What have you done with it?
She will not tell them it's in a mass of souls. She'll straight up. She's not going to tell them that.
Okay. Some of them are they're a little warier. Some of them are a little more just kind of like relieved. Like the sun priest. He's going to be more like.
Oh, okay, cool.
Kind of wants to make sure.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure the clerics of Bel Amaranth are fine with whatever she tells them.
Yeah, they're going to be closer to you. Like the priest of a healing temple is just going to be relieved to hear like, oh, thank God it's going to be gone soon. People won't be dying. We won't have to deal with all these plagues and other things.
Yeah, she basically wants to get in touch with the Lord just so she can tell him, like, basically fill him in on like the details as well. That's basically what she.
The priest to like get you an audience with the king, or
if it's a king, whatever it is, yeah.
The local governor.
Yeah, whoever's more locally interned. Yeah, she doesn't necessarily need to go all the way to the top. She just wants someone who's important and actually holds power.
Okay. Be good tonight. It's almost 6. But so, Sumi, what are you doing for those few days that you got here?
What do I do? What could I get myself into?
A lot of trouble.
I guess I'll actually look up more like divination and stuff, just
Okay.
To increase my magical knowledge.
Okay. Well, while you're all doing that type of stuff, Celeste. The
Eladrin here, right?
She does return and tell you that that Manzorian is ready to see you.
Do we have to go immediately or can we wait?
She will say that sooner is better.
Mm-hmm.
But
how many more days do we have left then for the board and the?
It's going to take still 5 days, so she's probably going to show up on the 4th day.
Okay. And is she going to teleport us immediately or something?
No, she'll tell you where it is, and you guys go on your own. She's letting you know that he's
available.
She's informed him of what you've been doing, what's going on, who you are, and more recent events. So he's basically, kind of prepped
That's right.
for.
Is Elagos with us too?
What were you having him do? He wasn't around for all this stuff. He was just kind of.
Right, he went
to his house. That's right.
Did.
He's got a house here, and he got murdered in that house.
That's right. He's got multiple Elagoses.
He's probably cleaning it up and then recloning himself, get some extra lives. Mario style. But I guess next week, yeah, we'll figure out you guys. We get this thing all set up, and then where you